Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to be playing against Trenton. That's a pretty common name. I like that. Or not common, but a pretty good name. Alright, so let's unpause this and let's get right to it. I unpaused it, right? Yeah, timer's going up. You didn't see that. Embarrassing. So apparently Trenton likes to wait before sending out his workers to actually mine. So I guess yeah, he's going to be a little bit behind so far. So we'll keep the production tab open for now. And basically what my idea was going into this game was I've been playing a lot. Actually, I've been playing on my girlfriend's account. Excuse me, my voice is still to this day acting horrible. Maybe I just have a horrible voice. I've been playing a lot on my girlfriend's account, and basically what I've been doing is just testing different build orders, different strategies more than anything. I've refined my build pretty well. If you notice, hopefully I do it pretty well in this game. I can't actually remember, but I've been pretty good of getting to 150 and boom, throwing it down right away and not waiting around for it. And of course, always sending out a scouting worker. I didn't choose to go to the top instead of the side. I don't know, just random. I guess sometimes I'll go to the top. In this map, I feel like, I don't know, the further one is the one that for me is more troubling, because that's when people like to go for fast expansions. So either go to the cross or go to the side, because this rush distance is, if you notice, you have to go all the way up and around like my probe did. That's a lot longer than, it feels longer to me. It probably isn't though. And of course, trying to harass. I saw that it's a gateway, not a forge, so I'm not getting cheesed. Threw down my gateway, got a little bit of money, throwing down my pylon before assimilator always. And basically, the strategy that I've been working on is Hallucinate, using Hallucinate in a build. Oh, by the way, I think you can hide a probe here. Like, if you get a probe into the opponent's main and they don't catch it, you can probably hide it in these bushes pretty well, because this is a lot of bush actually. Notice. That's what she said. Here too, you could probably hide it. So I'm just dancing my probe around. I was able to deny him putting down the gateway at first, but then he put it down anyway. And basically, what my strategy is going to be is 4 gate, straight to Blink Stalker, and then as soon as I get Blink, start researching Hallucinate. So more of a defensive 4 gate until you get Hallucinate. And then you throw down a forge and move out. The reason I always throw down a forge is because counter. When people try to counter attack, he's looking for me, so he went the other way. When people try to counter attack, if my army fails, I want to be able to fall back and have something to defend myself with. I usually don't go for 4 gate. I feel it's kind of all-in-ish. If you don't win right away, you're really far behind in your tech. You're really far behind in your economy, because you sack so many probes. But I just wanted to try this strategy and show it to everybody and see what you all think. Now my opponent is going he went for a gateway, then a forge, and I didn't catch the forge. My probe was scurrying around here, but I don't think I was able to click on it and catch it. Let's go to, yeah, no, that's not me, that's me. Yeah, so see, I didn't click on it. I knew that was a gateway though. So my opponent finally getting in. I guess his probe got, oh, it's right there. Okay, so apparently he went everywhere else and then decided, definitely I'm going to be at the bottom. So gonna throw down some cannons. This is very indicative of a fast expand build, because we are barely at 5 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, and he has his forge. He's not getting any upgrades, and he's not, he hasn't thrown down a ton of gateways, although there goes one more. Excuse me. So this to me indicates that he wants to expand. I mean, if you throw up, notice this is a new map, by the way. I like this map a lot. If you throw down a pylon here, you can get two cannons here, and then one more pylon back here to protect these rocks, which in this matchup I wouldn't worry too much, because that's a long travel distance if you look at the mini-map to get to those rocks. Meanwhile, I got my 4 gate up. Yeah, there's my 4th gateway going down, and my Twilight Council. Originally I had thrown down a forge, if you saw up on the production tab, and then I cancelled it because I decided better get the blink before I get the forge. It would be unnecessary. So I throw down my Twilight Council, and once that's down, I start chrono boosting Hallucinate. The reason I chrono boost it is because I want to get it out before his observer gets out. Because if someone has an observer and they come into the game and they scooch on into your base and they see you know, the cybernetics core moving around, see these little things, what's going to happen is they're going to see the warp gates and say, okay, what else is he doing? I don't see any stargates, so no +1 air upgrades. It's going to go for Hallucinate. So I like to chrono boost it out, get it out as quickly as possible before my opponent catches me doing it. Yeah, that's a hope-based play. Even if they catch you, sometimes they don't realize it. It's okay. And then once I have a sufficient army, which this is pretty good, it'll defend against most things, except for Mass Immortal apparently, which I lost to last game. And then move out, catch the Zelnaga Watchtower next to my opponent's entrance. Right, this is his entrance to his natural. As he's getting his expansion up, throw down a proxy pylon, catch the watchtower, just to make sure I can see any scurrying, you know, blips on the map, if anything. My opponent is going to go for an observer, so he's smart. He did throw down a lot of gateways before he even got his expansion up, so that's not that ideal. Ideally, you want to have 3 gateways constantly producing, and text structure constantly producing or upgrading. Here he has a forge, a robo, 5 gateways, and a Twilight Council, so he's getting a little bit of everything. You really want to focus a 2nd robo. That's not you're not able to produce off of all those things. So if you look at his production, notice he's not warping anything in. He's not on cooldown. Yeah, he's not on cooldown. Am I on cooldown? How do I check? Oh, over here. Yeah, my cooldown just wore off, so I can produce again. And of course, throwing down some cannons in the back. And then his observer is going to move in. Now, my plan here was to separate my army. Of course, he did catch me as I was walking by, but I don't think he was paying attention. Hallucinate a Colossus so that I can see up here, and blink my stalkers up there, and the rest of my army up the front door. Now, the reason I do it this way is because always shift Q blink, by the way. If the army tries to retreat, the first thing they'll want to kill is the Colossus, because that's the most dangerous thing. And the rest of my army can force field the ramp and prevent his army from getting in as long as possible. Meanwhile, I'll take out as many structures. I should be going for the probes. I don't exactly know why I didn't. And I do have blink, so I'm gonna, of course, reinforcing up here. Never forget to reinforce. My money's getting a little high. We can look at the resources tab. He's currently supply blocked. My money's a little bit high, so they're pointing at the Colossus. They don't realize that he's a fake. You can realize because you don't take any damage from it. And I'm going to try and take out this pylon, but as he's coming, I'm going to start blinking back, because I'm trying to save as many of these as possible and regroup for a 2nd wave. What would have been nice to do is warp in 1 or 2 more sentries, and of course my front army got sacked. What would have been nice to do is warp in 1 or 2 more sentries and hallucinate some immortals to tank a lot of the damage from the zealots in the front, and then just a lot of stalkers and zealots to basically just chew up everything else. And basically from this point on, what it is I throw down a robo. This observer is seeing everything. I don't think he's really checking the map though. Throw down a robo because I want to see if he has any other expansions, and I also want to tech switch to Immortals and Colossus, because my main goal at this point is I need to be expanding as quickly as possible if this attack fails or if it does sufficient damage. And go in again and basically go along the side and always take out the pylons, take out anything easy, and let my zealots tank the damage and my blink stalkers move. Just get out of the way and go straight for the probes, right? So the main idea is to harass him until he can't do anything else, right? So right now his probe count, if we look at the income tab, It's 27 and under 36, so that's significant. Continuing to reinforce. My money's still a little bit high, but not that much. 400 minerals. I mean, yeah, I suck at micro and I suck at macro. But basically, try to take everything out with as few casualties as possible. He was able to warp in some zealots here, but against that many stalkers and zealots, not much he can do. And it's a pretty good play, especially the hallucinated colossus back here. A good two-pronged attack would be nice. Another thing that I would like to try, but I feel that you would need 2 bases for it, is hallucination, blink, and Templar, Dark Templar. Right, so you warp in Dark Templar and attack here, and attack, right, and then come here with your Dark Templar, try to get in here, and he'll be scrambling his forces to try to deal with it. Throw down some extra cannons, observers. It clogs up a lot of production time, and hallucinated colossus will distract his army, right? Because you get a ping on the map. I guess you can only get 1 ping at a time, or it doesn't ping if your probes are getting attacked, if you're getting attacked in the front. So what he could have done differently was, after chrono boosting out the observer, for starters, just stick to 3 warp gates until your second base is actually running, and then get 3 more. Choose which one of these you want, because he did get a +1, but he didn't really use the Twilight Council at all, so why even get it, right? And he had a second robo, so he really hasn't produced anything out of either of these throughout the whole game, and most of these were not producing. You can see up here, he's only warping in 2 or 3 units at a time, and at no point was his army much bigger. Let's take a look back here. It wasn't much bigger than that. So notice he has, you know, maybe the same amount of army as I do, but I have 4 warp gates, and I don't have a robo, and I don't have a 5th. I didn't get a +1, right? So my army's the same as his, and a little bit more efficiently. So you want to try and eke out those little advantages. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Good game, Trenton. He didn't say good game, but it was a good game. I enjoyed it. And more to come. Thank you.